And we'll get into some of the misconceptions about what hypnosis is and the myths out there about, being taken over and all this stuff. And people will come to me and say, Deni, I don't want to do the hypnosis part. I don't want to go into trance. And I'll say, oh, okay. Can I know why? And they'll say, well, my pastor, my priest, my religious leader said that it's against the Bible. And I said, oh, did they give you a verse? And so the verse they give will usually talk about opening yourself up to demonic possession, right? So, um, this is not hypnosis. If we look at what the pastor, the religious leader is doing, they're actually using hypnosis. And we can look and see what marketing is doing. So, what it does is it draws your attention off your authenticity, off your purpose, onto a belief or an idea. So, you grab onto that thing as if it's real. So, then it becomes a part of our blueprint, and this is conditioned. So now you're conditioned to believe in a certain way. So, in order to decondition that, we have to incorporate what you already know through conscious and unconscious thought. And so we use neurolinguistic programming to bring up those triggers and integrate the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of those based on your blueprint. And some say, I do believe it was Ra that says it is a 7-year process. So it does take all of our cells 7 years to completely transform and be completely different. But with this process, this 4-step process, we can do so much work in a short period of time without even being consciously aware of. And so these techniques can help people unlock their full potential. And this process, this hypnosis and human design, hypnosis by design, it is self directed, and it's a 4-step program that aims to help professionals, individuals overcome various personal challenges and achieve their goals. And I'm a walking example of this. So in 2001, being diagnosed with cancer, and now looking back, being a 5-1 manifester, it's like, duh, the heretic came out, right? So I say no to the doctors, and they tell me in a not so kind way, you're going to be dead in 2 years. So in 2008, I passed the deadline, 2001 to 2008, about 7 years. Oh, 7 years. So I went through this process, took about 7 years. I learned everything I can about energy, about hypnosis, about neurolinguistic programming, and being a linguist and specializing in nonverbal communication. I began to put some puzzle pieces together because what started happening is deaf and hard of hearing people started coming to me wanting the benefits of this type of healing. And in my training as a hypnotist, it's like, okay, well, the first thing we do is put them through the ground, put them in trance, right? Put them down to the ground in trance. And I had a dilemma. So once I tell a person, close your eyes, they can hear me for direction, follow my voice. But when I tell a deaf person to close their eyes, communication is completely cut off. So I had a dilemma. So I used the tools I used during my healing process between 2001 and 2008, and I activated a part that is in your blueprint. Science calls it the reticular activating system, but we tend to use it the wrong way. So we want to ask how questions, not why is this always happening to me? We ask how questions. How can I create an easy process that includes people who might be mm, missing one of their 5 senses, such as hearing? How can I create a process? So, over the next several years, this 4-step process emerged. And it was wonderful because my studying in hypnosis and human design and deconditioning and brain waves and entrainment and binaural beats and frequencies, this is what helped me uncover this 4-step mechanism that's already in you. And then once activated and learned, becomes self-directed for self-guidance, self-awareness, self-healing, self-processing, and self-integrating. So a little bit about my design. I already mentioned I'm a 5-1 emotional manifester. My emotion center is my authority in understanding these waves, these emotional waves, and then learning how to use these waves and integrate the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these waves while releasing the reactions, releasing the beliefs, releasing the programming. These programmings are ideas and beliefs that were handed to us. We didn't come up with them ourselves. They weren't activated within us, they were given to us. So, this is part of the deconditioning process. And so, what we do is we go through the manifestation wheel, and this is the 6 areas of manifestation. One is relationship. We start with the relationship with yourself, right? And then finances, career, all 6 areas. And we go through and we find what's happening in our reality and put a number on it, like on the pain scale. 10, it's creating a lot of pain in our life. 0, it's not creating any pain. So we find those high numbers and then we just focus in on the number, because what we don't want to do is tell the story of what that trigger is, because it's really not that story.